In June of 1861 occurred what was to that point the bloodiest battle of the Civil War, about 15 miles south of here. And the funny thing about the Battle of Coal Camp was it didn't really have all that much to do with the Civil War. It was more ethnic cleansing. You know, we hear about wars in Afghanistan and Iraq and Bosnia, and what was going on in 1861 at Coal Camp, Missouri was pretty much the same thing. The settlers who had been in Missouri for 20, 30, 40 years were mostly Anglo descent, and the new immigrants that just started farming the prairies around here were Germans. Well, the Anglos didn't like the Germans, and that's pretty much what the Battle of Coal Camp was about. In June of '61, the war had just begun, and out west on the Osage, the blood began to run. So early in the fight, knowing wrong from right, it was easy then for both sides, and the blood began to run. Young German farmers at Coal Camp joined to keep their new land free. River boys from Warsaw signed up to fight for liberty. Over black folk, neither side held a hand. The river boys were wild and free. The Dutch, they farmed the prairie land. The Warsaw troops were sons of pioneers from Tennessee. The immigrants spoke German, their farms so bright and clean. Warsaw was rebel country, South began, infantry and cavalry, the sheriff there to scout the land. Their job to help the governor escape from Union hands. They also didn't like the Dutch who farmed the prairie land. Young German farmers at Coal Camp joined to keep their new land free. They didn't know quite what that meant. They were new to liberty. At Coal Camp, 600 Germans formed the new home guard. They drilled and marched, about half had guns, and most were drinking hard. The rebel forces knew their foe, marched north before sunrise. Union colors, and they caught them by surprise. No mercy for the Dutch, they shouted as they fired. In half an hour the Union troops were well shot up and tired. The Warsaw boys killed 40 and wounded 60 more. They captured all the Union guns, got drunk and celebrated war. Young German farmers at Coal Camp joined to keep their new land free. So many met there in that day, in blood, mud, obscurity. Oh, the German boys who made it mostly went back to their farms. They left the war to other men, the flag to other arms. The glory of the Civil War went somewhere else, it seems, to bigger, braver generals with bigger, braver dreams. Young German farmers at Coal Camp joined to keep their new land free. keep that new land free. Now no one remembers, just a few old families. My great-great-grandfather was one of those German farmers who basically stepped off the boat and signed up for the Union Army. Couldn't speak any English, but that way he became a citizen right quick. I also had ancestors who were on the other side, most of them. One of my ancestors, a man named George Todd, was a captain in Quantrill's Raiders. Participated in the massacre at Lawrence, Kansas, and lots of other bad things. I only found out about this last year. I was telling my son about it, and our son is a career soldier who's fought in Bosnia and Afghanistan, Iraq, and Africa. Anyway, he's been there. And I was telling him about our ancestor, Captain George Todd, and he said, "Dad, he's nothing but a terrorist." And he was right, of course. And on my wife's side, she had ancestors up in Shelby County in northeast Missouri. And one of the Union Army's favorite tactics during the occupation and the early years of the war was that when someone was giving aid and assistance to the southern irregulars, the bushwhackers, well, the Union Army would burn their farm, burn their house down. And that happened to my wife's great-great-grandmother. Anyway, this song's about that. Soldiers carried her out. She watched from her daybed as they torched the house, as flames took the house. Where are you going, Shelby County? When you decide and John yesterday, fine squad yesterday, one side and the other, take turns with the gun. Generals kill brothers and cousins and sons, and cousins and sons. Where are you going, Shelby County? What are you trying to be? When you decide what's the best for our lives, will there still be a place for me? I'm going to do one more. I looked, and as I was researching Civil War songs, there's an internet site that has virtually all sheet music printed from about 1830 or 40 on. And I found some songs written during the Civil War. A lot of them were all about, blood and guts and saving the country and stuff. This one was not. Oh, Mother, can this glory be, of which men proudly tell, when speaking of the fearless ones who in the battle fell? Where is the light that gave our home its sunshine and its joy? Ours was, they say, the victory, but where's your little boy? My boy, I see him in my dreams. I hear the battle cry. I know his brave and loyal heart. He does not fear to die. Even now, I think I see him still, his country's banner wave. On, win a deathless fame, my beautiful, my brave. God of battle, shield him still, and yet thy will be done. A sister for a brother prays, mother for her son. We seek to share no glory now. We ask thee but to save the noble hearts of all our boys, are beautiful and brave. Oh, Mother, I know your courage well. Yours is an ancient race. You saw your gallant son ride forth, and a tear stole down your face. You heard the shouts of victory, but cease the sounds of joy. They cannot glad a mother's heart. Oh, give you back your boy. God of battle, shield him still, and yet thy will be done. A sister for a brother prays, a mother for her son. We seek to share no glory now. We ask thee but to save the noble hearts of all our boys, beautiful and brave. The noble hearts of all our boys.